Hi, this is Michael, and I just want to say thank you so much for viewing this video and coming to my YouTube channel. It's still kind of new for me to say that. It's been probably about 7 weeks since I've had this channel, and I just started asking you, the viewer, if you would subscribe to my channel. I'd be honored and humbled if you did so. And if you like the video, push like, and if you really like it, share with a friend if you don't mind. That'd be awesome. You know, this is all for the glory of God. I'd like to take Michael out of it, and I hope that you hear Jesus, because that's the truth of where I want you to view or what I want you to hear. I don't want you to hear me. I just ask the Lord to speak through me. So today I just want to talk about a very special man that has impacted and touched my life. Almost so much so that it almost brings me to tears just thinking about him. His name is Dr. Robin Klein. Dr. Robin Klein is the head psychologist for the Police Department of Long Beach. Who would have ever thought that the ex-druggie and the captain of the Long Beach SWAT team, the head psychologist of the Police Department of Long Beach, would be doing life together? Who would have ever imagined? But God has a sense of humor. And since he has one, you and I better have one as well. Amen. I would say I was 2 or 3 years clean and sober, and I received a phone call when I was in a Narcotics Anonymous noon meeting at the Costa Mesa Lana Club. And I noticed that somebody called me and I didn't recognize the number, so I walked outside and I answered my phone with, "Hi, this is Michael, Body Techniques. How can I help you?" And there was a gentleman on the other end of the phone, which was Dr. Robin Klein. And Robin says to me, "Hi, I'm in front of your gym right now, but there's no one here." I said, "I'm sorry. May I have your name?" He says, "My name's Robin." I said, "Robin, is there any chance I can meet you in an hour and I'll open up the gym for you and we can talk?" He said, "That would be great." An hour later, after the meeting, I was inside my gym and I had a stability ball all ready for Robin to sit on. I said, "Are you Robin?" He says, "I am." And I threw him the stability ball and I said, "Have a seat." And there Robin and I sat and got to know each other. Well, not necessarily know each other. He got to hear me share. You see, back 20 plus years ago, it was still about me. I needed to get whatever was in me out, just like I'm doing right now in this video. And I started sharing basically from where I left off at the meeting, at the noon meeting of Narcotics Anonymous. I just started sharing. I had to excuse myself once to go get Kleenex because I couldn't stop crying when I was sharing with Robin. You see, here's the real truth. You may not know this, but I was known in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous at the Costa Mesa Lana Club as the big guy that cries a lot. Wow. I mean, truthfully, that's not something that I wanted or dreamed about when I was a kid. Hey, I'm going to be known as the big guy that cries a lot. But I'll tell you, one day a girl came into the fellowship and she said, "Are you Michael?" I said, "I am." She says, "I know who you are. You're the big guy that cries a lot. I've heard about you." And I thought to myself, well, that's not cool. I mean, I've been known as a lot of things around, but as a big guy that cries a lot, oh my goodness. So on that particular evening, I went home and was wrestling with my elder sons, Matthias and Merrick. And then it dawned on me, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'd rather be known as the big guy that cries a lot than the guy that couldn't get out of the bathroom or the closet or the bedroom because he couldn't stop doing cocaine. That's just the truth of it. So I'm okay Still to this day, even with 24 years clean, is the big guy that cries a lot. All good with me, because God allows me to be very sensitive and emotional. Getting back to that day, I had shared with Robin, and eventually after about 25 minutes, Robin stands up and I said, "Whoa, what's going on?" He says, "Would you like to know who I am?" I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, we were going to get to you, but isn't it about me right at this moment?" He says, "Well, my name is Dr. Robin Klein. I'm the head psychologist of the Police Department of Long Beach. Now, where do I sign up?" And I said, "Well, hold on, Tiger. That's with me." And that's where my relationship with Dr. Robin Klein, a.k.a. the captain, and I would start. Our wonderful friendship and relationship inside the gym. And not only that, but outside the gym. You know, Robin has a hard texture, but deep down inside, he's a very loving and caring and kind man. You know, the community of Huntington Beach might remember Robin. You know, Robin used to run on the streets in Huntington Beach. I mean, he's run marathons before barefoot. I mean, he's tough as nails. But it turns out that he would allow me into his heart and into his life. And the more he let me in, the more I realized how beautiful of a man he really is. Robin loves deeply. Robin doesn't have time for nonsense or people that aren't interested in bettering themselves. You see, what really happened with Robin and I when he first started training with me is at the same time he was training with me, I had a company called Fit and Recovery, where I used to train treatment centers. And I had 3 local treatment centers ship their clients into my gym. They would show up in a bus or a van or whatever, and they would come into my gym. And at the time, there was a local treatment center in downtown Huntington Beach called Seacliff Treatment Center. And Robin and I would work out, and they would come in after. And you see, when Robin and I worked out, he would bring his gun and his badge, and he would put it by the front desk where people would check in. And I, you know, in the beginning it was fine, but once my fellow brothers and sisters in recovery started showing up, you know, I started questioning whether he should be bringing in the gun, because they were a little close. You know, some of these of my brothers and sisters in recovery, well, they didn't have a full deck just yet. You know, just as I didn't have a full deck early on. So Robin and I would train, and then there were times where Robin would say, "Well, here's the losers again." And I said, "Whoa, Captain, hold on there." I said, "When you say that about them, you say that about me. And if I am a loser to you, then what are you doing with me here?" And, you know, thankfully, because of my enthusiasm for helping others, and also because of my steadfast for staying clean and sober, Robin started embracing not only my walk, but started looking and viewing the alcoholic and drug addict a little bit different, which was really wonderful. Now listen, let me go even further. Like, he had a heart for the alcoholic, for sure, and the drug addict. Because you see, even if you're a police officer, addiction doesn't discriminate, or alcoholism doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care what job you do. So Robin, I would find out years earlier, would start an AA fellowship program for police officers. Since he was the head psychologist of the police department, he saw a need and he fulfilled that need. Because it's really difficult or hard for a police officer to go to a traditional AA fellowship or a Narcotics Anonymous fellowship or a meeting, only because, you know, of what they do. You know, my little friend Hunter has no problem doing it. But there were some police officers and so forth that didn't want to attend the same meetings as the civilian, only because of circumstances beyond their control and so forth. So I honor that. That's fine with me. And it should be fine with you, hopefully. As long as they're getting help and they have a problem, then they're getting help. So in the next several years, Robin and I would enter into a deeper relationship. I have to tell you, I'm not going to drag this out. Robin probably won't be too stoked or happy that I'm talking about him, but I can't help but not talk about the man. I mean, he's a beautiful man. He's made an impact in my life and has changed the course of my life for the better. I trained Robin up until COVID hit. And then Robin, obviously being, almost 80 years old at the time, needed to step away, and I honor that as well. Him and his wife, they kind of secluded themselves, and, they had some health challenges just like the rest of us walk through. And, Robin and I have endured a lot in the last 20 years of our relationship, 20 plus years of our relationship. Robin, he's helped me. I can't even tell you how many times he's helped me with fixing something around the house or what have you. We did life together. And I never would have ever thought that there would be somebody as honorable and as wonderful as the captain that would be in my life. I would have never thought that ever had I not gotten clean and sober and stayed obedient to the calling and the purpose and the way of living in recovery and living for a higher purpose and a higher calling. So today, Robin and I have a relationship. It's not as strong as it was because he was seeing me all the time, but we've rekindled a friendship and renewed our friendship recently. And he still works out. He's still on fire for his family and the ones he loves. He's a man that's head over heels still for his wife. He adores his wife. He has told me in the past that there's only one that comes in front of you, and that's my wife. So he's nicknamed me, several years back, he nicknamed me the boss. So I call him the captain, he calls me the boss. And his wife is known as the missus. And they got a wonderful relationship. They love and adore each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. Several years, a couple years into our relationship, he introduced me to a young man by the name of Chance Gath. Chance Gath was 17 years old. Today, Chance Gath is 32 years young. And he's absolutely turned his life around for the better. Robin had played such a pivotal, strong, and great role in this young man's life. And I got to play a little role as well. Chance and I mentored Chance for a little while. And I was so grateful that Robin allowed me to be part of that kind of that realm, that he believed in me enough to use me. And just last week we had lunch together, Robin, which is the captain, and Chance and myself. And boy, it's wonderful to sit with some good quality men and that really have weathered some storms together. So this video goes out to my good friend, Dr. Robin Klein, aka the captain. Robin, I will always love you. You've been such a beautiful man in my life. I'm so thankful and honored that you allowed me into your heart, into your home, and into your life. The few times where we went to the police department was awesome. You helping me has been stellar and very much appreciated at the house. The times where we went on walks together and we've had meals together. But I do miss those times that we had in the gym together. We spent almost 2 decades working out together, and I will always cherish and miss those. Robin, I can call you a dear friend and a wonderful man and a beautiful person in the community. and you've helped so many, and I'm so grateful to have gotten to know you and still know you and call you my friend. So this video goes out to you and your beautiful wife, Connie. May you always be blessed and have the glory of the Lord shine upon you both in everything it is that you do. May your business and your ministry always blossom. You know, that's one thing that I didn't share with you about Robin, that he's done a lot of ministry. He's helped a lot of people over the years. He's got a heart that's extremely big. You know, he came from a very difficult upbringing where he lost his father at a young age. And he has a younger brother. But the reality is he's an absolute overcomer. And he stands for everything that he believes in. And if you have issues with anything that you're doing, like, and you want help, he's the first one to extend a hand. So once again, I honor you, I respect you, I love you, and I'm grateful that you and I are still friends today. So, if you like this video, please push like. And if you'd like to share it with somebody, or you want to throw a comment down below, go ahead and feel free to do so. I love to get back to you. So God bless you, and God bless the captain and the missus. Hallelujah.